All right. So Don Lemon was trending on Twitter because he got it kind of handed to him because he was talking about reparations and the British Empire. And basically, the person told him that the British Empire was the first nation that abolished slavery, and it actually took action against slavery. Now, I'm not an expert in that, by the way. If the British Empire was the first, I was looking at the Twitter thread, and someone said that Haiti was the first nation to abolish slavery. Now, Don Lemon didn't even come up with that. If he did, then I would have respect for him. But Don Lemon seems to be an extremely sanctimonious and arrogant man, just as many of the broadcasters, the news journalists on CNN tend to be, and I think other media outlets follow suit with this behavior. Don Lemon is just really a glaring example. He comes across as an egotist at best and a full blown narcissist at worst. And I wonder how self aware these newscasters who are on these stations, how they know, how they feel that they come across to people. And these individuals are not very empathetic or sympathetic to any other side but their own. And I have three possibilities, and these are just three that just came right off the top of my head. And if anyone has any other idea onto how or why this happened, or if it's not happening, I certainly would love to hear from you and comment. Number one, the internet exposed how biased the news is. Number two, when Trump got into office, a lot of these newscasters got kind of Trump derangement syndrome. And number three, it's generational. It started with the baby boomers and then Generation X. And, and Don Lemon is part of Generation, I believe he's part of Generation X. Still, I think he was born 66, 65. But he's part of the Generation X, which did not necessarily have the structures in place, that was somewhat more militaristic and like, I don't care about your feelings. I want the facts. And that certainly is not there anymore within our news group. The internet exposing it. And you know what? You'd think that the internet, being competition, would improve these newscasters and make them better, but it seems to have made them worse. And one of the things that I believe that news medias have done is they have actively gone to suppress. They have actively helped, along with the government, to suppress stories and to suppress criticism. And that's another reason not to like these people. Not only are they arrogant but they're also, not only are they arrogant, but they're also suppressing anything that they do. You used to be able to do, you know, response shows to segments that would be put on the mainstream, and that's not done anymore. And these news organizations were actively open to suppressing that. And again, they don't have to answer. Really and truly, these individuals do not have to answer certain questions. Therefore, they don't have to change their abusive behavior. I take large media to a degree of being like either in a relationship with an abusive parent or an abusive spouse. And it's a very authoritarian parent and a very authoritarian spouse. And they, it's all about because I say so. The authoritarian spouse has the money and controls the purse strings. The authoritarian parent does the same thing. And they don't have to be rational or logical. They just have to be powerful. And they're not winning the argument through logic and reason. They're winning the argument through power. I can just shut you down and I can just punish you. And they're part of that punishing class. The establishment has become a punishing establishment. The elites have become far more punishing than I've ever seen. And that is new. Now, Political Woodstock says leave Political Woodstock alone. And she says hello. But her and I have had discussions in the past. And she says I'm a news hater. I'm actually not a news hater. I used to be a news junkie. And I remember the news when it was with Bernard Shaw and the late Larry King. And I don't remember seeing this kind of behavior before. I never saw Ted Koppel. Dan Rather is on Twitter now, but I never even saw him behave in the manner in which these newscasters are behaving. Even Barbara Walters didn't behave in the manner that Don Lemon and Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta behave. This kind of behavior, this kind of bias, and this seemingly lack of self-awareness seems to be something new. Could be completely wrong. So like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Share this if you agree with it. If you don't agree with it, or if there's something that I'm missing, please put a comment. If the comment is thoughtful and respectful, I will respond to it. If it's just a troll or just something that's just out there to be mean, not going to respond to it. But I appreciate all thoughtful responses and thoughtful criticisms. Thank you for listening. And like I said, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much.